Hello, all you degenerate old schoolers, and welcome back to another episode of The Orb. If I'm normally the asshole that puts you to sleep, don't let that happen tonight. This is going to be an exciting match. We're talking top 8 Summer Derby, because it's hot outside. That's how we know it's summer. Unless you live in like Antarctica or somewhere deep in the southern hemisphere, it's summer around these parts, and the Summer Derby is rocking. So we have Rob Hackney and Xanadude. I've met them both in person. I'm privileged to say that at LobsterCon over the last couple of years. Both super cool dudes, and on top of that, very good Magic players. So Rob's going to be on the Emerald Dragonfly. Xanadude's rocking the Buffy the Vampire Slayer sleeves. And well, this kind of sums it up.
I am very excited. Yes,
very excited I am. And let's take a look at these decks. And here's a quick look at Xanadude's deck. Left-hand side, full burn package, chain lightnings, lightning bolt, side blast. You know, typically in a 4-strip format, you see that followed up with Black Vices and Ankhs of Mishra, Atog. Just very efficient damage. And he takes it a little bit different. He plays this deck a lot. I'm pretty sure he's beaten me with this deck before when we played. 4 Sedge Trolls, 2 Order of the Ebon Hand, 2 Dibs, and the ever-present Solkanar, the Swamp King. Love that card. And game 1, he kind of sneaked that through. I mean, he gets blown the fuck up by Blue Elemental Blasts and Red Elemental Blasts, but, game 1, you typically don't have those in your deck, and you can sneak him out there, and he's 5/5, and you play a black spell, and you gain a life, which is fantastic. And he's got Swamp Walk, and, I mean, he is just out there beating people to death in the swamp. So, gotta love that. He also runs kind of a toolkit. You know, it's not Disco Troll, but he does have 1 disc. He's got 1 Fireball to finish off the game, 1 Shatter to destroy that 1 artifact that's in the way, and on the other side he's got Ancestral and Mind Twist, Demonic Tutor, Chaos Orb, Time Walk, Regrowth, Recall. I'm sorry, no Regrowth, but a Recall, Mana Drain, and a Brain Geyser. All the brown lands. He is very brave. He only has really 13 colored mana. He's got 4 seas, 4 underground seas, 4 badlands, 4 volcanics, 1 swamp in that pile of artifact mana right below the Loa, maybe above the Loa. It's somewhere in there. And he does sneak in, looks like a City of Brass too. So his sideboards are a couple extra discs in case your opponent builds up a better board presence. Counterspell to make this more control-ish if he needs to. 2 Terrors to take off those colored creatures. 2 City in a Bottle, and at the end of this line is a Silex. So he's cool with playing, the original set, and then Legends with a little bit of Fallen Empire. But he doesn't want to see people playing. I guess the City in a Bottle go in and the Dibs come out if someone's playing Arabian aggro. And then he's got some more artifact hate down there. So, in 4-strip formats, the mono brown decks do very, very well. The workshop decks do very, very well. I am glad to see he is running all 4 strip mines. So he just needs to get some mana out and then throw down some of these big, juicy beaters. Alright, let's take a look at Rob's deck. And here's a look at Rob's pile. A little bit hard to see. It's a lot of green, and I love it. He's got a play set of Scavenger Folk, Ice Storm, Little Llanowar Elf, Scrib Sprites, and Argothian Pixies. And then he sneaks 2 Urnums, 2 Giant Growth in. 1 Regrowth, and 3 Crumbles. Those are all the green cards. He does get some blue power in there. Ancestral, Time Walk, Time Twister, and obviously that's very common. But other than that, he leaves out the the good black cards. He leaves out bringing in a mana drain. He doesn't need it. He wants to be super efficient, and then he'll kill you with his Dibs or his Urnums or maybe his little 1/1s. What he wants to do is deny you mana sources, take away your artifact mana, and just keep swinging in and being as low to the ground, as efficient as possible. Him worrying about a Black Vice, well, I'd say that's a non-factor. At any given time, Rob can dump most of his hand out. Most of his cards are just 1 or 2 casting cost. So you get a couple mana sources out there, and hand size goes down to about nothing. His deck's very wide, has a lot of creatures in there. He is running a couple Pendlehaven, which I love for those 1/1 creatures. So a very cool looking deck. We can see in his sideboard he's got a couple Tranquilities, 3 Spitting Slug, which I absolutely love, and they demolish. They demolish ATOGs. I mean, they're out there, they're 2/4. You either have to give up 2 artifacts, or you lose an ATOG to the thing. And then it's got the whole thing where you can tap some mana and either gift, off, or take first strike. He's also got some Psychic Purges for probably the mono black that he was expecting to show up, or anyone playing discard, which you do see a lot more mono black and 4-strip formats. Very efficient color. So Psychic Purges, someone makes you discard it, or if someone plays a Wheel of Fortune, great. Hey, I'll throw this in the ban. You take 5 damage straight to the face. 3 red elemental blasts. And then a whole play set of energy fluxes again. Robots is kind of a pain in the ass in the 4-strip formats. So, I've said enough words. I can't wait. Let's take a look at these games. And here we are, game number 1, Summer Derby top 8 action. Xanadude's on the play. And here he goes. Fires down a Volcanic and a quick pass. Rob's got a Forest into his Script Sprites. An immediate bolt. Xanadude cooked him up some Script Sprite. Oh, and look at this. He's on the offensive. Throws down a strip mine. And takes out Rob's Forest. Rob does come back up with another mana source. It's a City of Brass. First damage of the game done. Taps that city and Ancestral Recall. So that's a pretty solid turn 2 here. Ooh, Xanadude finds another Volcanic and a couple Mox, and look at this, he's going all in. Brain Geyser for 2. It's really a solid play, plus he's way ahead on mana now. Rob comes up with the Tropical. Oh, look at this. Double Crumble. Mana denied. I mean, that's kind of big. Xanadude finds another Underground Sea. We have random emoji popping up throughout the video here. That's not me doing that. That's a divine power. I'm almost certain of it. I think Xanadude's uploading his hand size. I could be wrong and shooting out emojicons here. So Rob's back on the play. Only damage that's been done is a couple from that City of Brass. Looks like Rob's coming up with a Mishra's Factory. And a Time Walk. So, yeah, another piece of power. That's pretty good. He's time walking away. Finds an Emerald, a Pendlehaven. Argothian Pixies. Another Argothian Pixies. Wow. So, I mean, he can really, like I said, move through his hand. Oh, no. So, one of those pixies just eats a lightning bolt to the face immediately. And Xanadude finds a new Underground Sea and a Pump Knight. With a quick pass, that Pump Knight can get kind of tough to deal with, since it can give itself first strike for 1 black, or do the Pumpy thing, 2 black, +1/+0. Rob's got a Scavenger Folk to play. And a Time Twister. This is big. He's emptied his hand. Xanadude's still got a few cards left behind. And they're going to both get 7 new. And I'll help him out with a little movie magic here. Rob's dropping a 17, but firing out a Llanowar Elf. I mean, that Time Twister is huge, especially since he's already played his Ancestral and Time Walk. He's getting to be a ton of cards ahead. And that's going to be a problem here soon. Xanadude finds his Ruby again. Drops some Badlands. Look at this. Tapping 6. Fireball. Oh, brutality. Yeah, Rob's creatures have been absolutely victimized here. That's a 3-for-1. And the Order's poking in for an extra 2 more on top of it. Wow, that fireball was big. Ooh, Rob's counting lands. You gotta love that. I always get a little nervous when my opponent starts counting their lands. Something bad's gonna happen. And Rob's tapping 3. Ooh, for an Ice Storm. Drops out the Badlands. And another 3. Oh, he takes 2 life though. 2 City of Brasses are tapped. He's down to 13, but he's playing out a second Ice Storm. He is still after Xanadude's resources here. Yeah, trying to take him off black. Oh, look at this Strip Mine. That's huge. Just dropped out 3 lands in 1 turn. What a kick to the gut. bad news is those cities have dealt, well, between the cities and the order, Rob's taken 7 damage, so he's down to 13. Xanadude's still sitting on 20. Both have pretty close to the same amount of cards. 4 in Rob's hand, 5 in Xanadu. And Xanadude's playing out an Ancestral himself. So card advantage, we're about back to the same here, I'd say. He gets a free swing with the order. Rob's tapped out. Oh, look at this. Dropping a Sedge Troll. That sneaky little troll's only a 2/2. I think there's a question about the fireball from earlier. Looks like they have everything worked out. Looks like Rob's coming up with another Argothian Pixies. Solid blocker, obviously, for Xanadude's Factory. And really, against the Sedge Troll right now, is there's no black mana out there. Can't be regenerated, and he's just a 2/2. And I guess same with the order. You know, as I go down the line here. So Xanadude shy on black mana, really needs it, but look at this, he's tapping 5. Oh, burn, burn, burn. This is straight to Rob's face. That's for 10, folks. Yeah, no answers. That's game number 1. And here comes game number 2. In case you looked away, Xanadude piled on some heat with 10 points of direct damage straight to Rob's face. Side blast, a bolt, and a chain lightning finished it off. But Rob's on the play, and he means business. Drops down a tropical island, followed by an ancestral recall. He's got 8 cards in hand. You know, he does that on Xanadude's upkeep so he can keep a hold of all those cards. Xanadude finds Underground Sea and just a pass. Oh, look at this. Rob is still on the pain plan and drops down a strip mine, eats that Underground Sea, and plays a Scavenger Folk out. Oh. So Xanadude cooks up some extra crispy Scavenger Folk with the Chain Lightning. A quick pass back. Rob fires down Argothian Pixies. Oh, look at this. Xanadude. Strip mine, followed by some more heat. So the pixies in the factory bite the dust. No one gets to keep any permanents in this game, apparently. Rob finds a third mana source. And look at this, a spitting slug. 2/4, and it does a bunch of first strike things. But that 4 toughness is kind of hard to deal with. I mean, a Psy Blast will obviously drop it. And Xanadude's back on the play. Finds another mana source and a Terror. That'll shut that spitting slug up. Ooh. Rob's got an Earnum. Even more of a threat. He also plays down a Llanowar Elf. So his hand's getting thin again. I think he's back down to about 2 cards in hand. And he's got just a ton of mana out there. Which is good and bad. I mean, his deck's so efficient. He doesn't need a whole lot, but he did need all 5 that last turn there. Xanadude's saying, hey, that Ancestral looked awesome. I want to try my hand at it. Plays out his own. Comes up with another Underground Sea. Taps 2 for a Demonic Tutor. Wow. Playing some good cards back to back here. He digs deep and looks like he's finding a Lotus. Yeah, immediately using it. Ooh, for a disc. Okay, that's one way to get rid of those green creatures. See if Rob has some more artifact hate. And he does. Crumble. Look at this. So Xanadude's gaining 4 life, but he's going to lose some in the process here. Yeah, Rob cracks back in for 5 and shoots down another spitting slug. Oh, and I think he's cracking him with a couple more with his factory. And he's out of cards. Wow. But he does have quite the built-up amount of threats over there. Ooh, Xanadude throwing down a strip mine and taking care of one of those threats. Strips out the Mishra's Factory. Oh, and a Bolt and a Psy Blast. That takes care of the Earnum. Wow. Well, that's one way to remove an Earnum from play. Rob's back on the offensive here. Xanadude goes from 17, down to 14. Rob comes in for 3. A very close game here. Xanadude's tapping 3 again. Another Psy Blast. Wow, a Chronic Headache killed that giant spitting slug. Straight to the graveyard it goes. Xanadude's on 12. And look at this. Rob comes up with a Pendlehaven. So Llanowar Elves are still beating in for damage. They come in for 2. Xanadude's down to 10. Rob's still on 19. Oh, Xanadude comes up with a new Mishra's Factory, though. That can be a solid blocker and even deal with the Pendlehaven. And look at this kick to the teeth. That fireball was just the right answer, or possibly the wrong answer, depending on what side of the board you're sitting on. Xanadude sneaks in for 2, still with his factory, or I guess 3 with the pump. So Rob's down to 16, and they're turning quick here. Rob's going to need to come up with some answers to deal with those factories. Ooh, he's got a regrowth. So that's a real threat. Yeah, Ancestral. Nothing like Ancestraling twice in a game. I hear that's good to do. And there he goes. So he's got a Script Sprite. Ooh, a Chaos Orb. And he's got his Pendlehaven open with the Sprite, and oh yeah, 1 open to activate that orb. I do love that altar, that freeze out altar that he has on that Chaos Orb. Looks pretty cool. He's going to take a damage, go down to 11, activate his Chaos Orb. Xanadude just has 1 mana source open. Let's take a quick look at this flip. And Rob's saying, I'm going to use this here, City of Brass, to destroy one of your land permanents you have there in play. He sets up for his flip. Clean rotation, he's got it. Judges from Istanbul give it a 9.8. Yeah, well played. So Rob did that, and he shut Xanadude off red mana. He's probably sick of seeing those bolts and chain lightnings. There have been a few of them. Xanadude does come up with another land, though. It is a swamp. He is sending in his factory to do some heavy lifting. Oh! Xanadude pumps, Rob crumbles. And Xanadude says, get that shit out of here, mana drain. Oh, wow, he went all the way out. He I think made Rob go bye-bye. Or maybe Rob took himself off camera so he could throw some stuff around. Don't blame him. That was a well-timed mana drain, and that kills that Script Sprites. Wow. I mean, the game's about even, but Xanadude's had all the answers, and he's got those factories in play. Rob needs anything but land right now. Oh no. Well, that is a strip mine, so that can do some work. Can't take care of one of those threats. Sometimes, mostly all the time, I don't know what I'm talking about. I would assume he's going to use the strip mine. Yeah, Xanadude's swinging in for 4. Rob strips out one of the factories, so he ends up only taking 2. It's 10-9. look at this. Ice Storm. Take out the other factory. So Rob does pull out the answers, and here he comes. Got a Llanowar Elf. This has been some very well-balanced matches. Xanadude's time walking. Finds a Badlands. Looks like a 30th edition one at that. And a Sedge Troll. Rob finds another Lawnmower Elf. I mean, at this point, he probably wants, you know, obviously like an Urnum. We haven't seen any Dibs out there. I think he had 3 of them in his deck. Spitting Slug would also be good to keep that Sedge Troll at bay. Yeah, here comes the Dirty Troll. I think Rob knows he has to be careful. He doesn't want to get too low in life. He's on 9, so if he takes 3, he's down to 6. I think they're going through graveyards to figure out how many bolts, chain lightning, side blasts have been played. So Rob's taken 3 from the Troll, down to 6. That's the danger zone. Xanadude finds another mana source in the form of a Badlands. He can only regenerate that Troll 5 times a turn. Looks like Xanadude's tapping 2. Ooh, City in a Bottle. Yeah, I mean, that does take out the City of Brass, but it also shuts off the Dibs and the Urnums. And that's kind of what Rob needs here, like I was saying earlier, to deal with those trolls. That troll, I should say. Rob's got another Strip Mine. And looks like he's using it right away. Eating another Badlands. So still after the red mana sources. And Rob's sneaking in for 2 here. Llanowar Elf with a little Pendlehaven action. And it looks like he may be leaving behind his other elf for some cannon fodder. Nope, he is coming in with the team here. Oh, he is not coming in with the team. So yeah, Rob just ends up coming in for 2. I mean, this is a close game. And he passes 8-6. Rob's on 6. Xanadude's holding strong at 8 there. Yeah, Rob shoves his elf in front of the bus. The bus is named Sedge Troll. So elf's down. Rob's got another Strip Mine. Look at this. Eating away. At Xanadude's mana base. Yeah, it comes in. Looks like he's cracking in for another 2. It's now 6-6. I mean, we are down to it here. Troll comes in for another 3, though. Rob's down to 3. Oh, no. Pump Knight has been found and put into play. Order of the Ebon Hand is out there. Rob needs something big right now, and it's a forest. That is not it, but it does create a nice little dragon artwork there with his 3 forests. I believe he has no hand. Oh, a terror on top of it. And that is game number 2, folks. Thanks for watching. Xanadude, congratulations on the win. 2-0. He'll be moving on to the next round. Rob, great work. You won the Winter Derby. You made the top 8 in the Summer Derby. So congratulations to both of you guys. But Xanadude will keep playing. As always, thanks for watching The Orb.